kind of a
No,
cool thing.
yeah,
Yes, okay. All right, good, you're official,
Okay.
as far as I'm concerned.
Thank
Your
you.
name's right in the minutes.
And Warren, just on the bottom there, if you'll put your address and your phone number, please. And then we can open up discussion about the police budget that was presented to us. And Maureen, if you'll stop in I won't be in the office tomorrow, I'm working in Gilmanton tomorrow, but if you'll stop in, I'll make sure you get copies of everything.
Okay, thank you.
Friday, I'll make copies for you of everything. It's,
And just one more thing for you, just because, the 4th of December is the next meeting at 6 o'clock at the town hall. It's a Thursday night, the 4th.
Just remember our custodian reports at 8:15 in the morning.
You what?
Our custodian reports at 8:15.
First of all, I was never a custodian. I was the housekeeper extraordinaire.
All right, housekeeper,
Extraordinaire.
Domestic goddess.
Absolutely, thank you. See?
all right, let's do budgets so that we can go home. It's been a long day.
She understands.
So, police department. So, going down through the police department, Mitch did provide to us a very good justification for his request. So, again, discussion about it. Anybody want to open up? Do you have some concerns? Did you compare it to what the selectmen have approved versus what he asked for versus what we think?
The only thing I remember is that Mitchell, obviously he won't know, but Mitchell was gonna get us the legal expenses because he didn't have the exact numbers yet.
Right.
Did anybody get that from him, or
No.
did he, okay. So maybe we can ask Russell that, even if he doesn't come in, we can at least ask him if he knows. I can take an action item to do that, unless anybody else wants to do it.
So going down through the list, the first issue that I have is capital expenditure, and he had talked about buying 3 new tasers. And my opinion is that we approve 2 at 2,000
That makes sense.
because we don't even have 2 officers. We don't even have one, well, I guess we have 1 part-time officer. So that's my recommendation. Again, we're not voting on these budgets for December 4th, I'm just sharing with you what my feelings are about this. Then the next
Oh,
item.
wait, can I address that?
Yep.
So when I was talking to Mitchell, I don't even know how long ago, when we were doing the CIP, the, capital improvement plan, he basically said that if everybody has the same taser, then it makes it easier, so that, the charging and all the infrastructure works, the paperwork, the, service or whatever on it, so there's a trade-off. Is why, if we ultimately are gonna need 3, it'd be nice to have them all be the same, so I don't know if we can get that same one the subsequent year or what, but anyway. That was his comment as to why he wanted to do them all at once.
Then under repairs and maintenance, I don't know, I'm suggesting 2,500 versus 2,800 because the vehicles are mostly new, right? Are you aware of anything that's drastic on them?
Unfortunately, yes.
You do?
The new vehicle has,
Newest one.
has the engine light comes on, and we were just informed of this the other day,
not under warranty?
That's what I was.
No.
It's,
How come?
So you say it's new, it's 2020 is my
Right,
recollection.
yeah.
oh, it's a
Well,
couple of years.
2020,
Right.
oh, just when it was up, the warranty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, okay.
Yeah,
So we never buy extended warranties?
I believe there was, but I don't think this is gonna be covered under the extended warranty. Something,
Do we know what the computer said it was?
I believe I know what it is, because I've got a vehicle that did the same thing.
It's
And
not good, is it?
Matt said that the light comes on and it starts flickering. It needs to be shut right down,
Oh.
because my grandson took ours and started flickering, so he stepped on it. And when he did, he blew the spark plug right out. So we had a report for it, and then it only lasted 7,000 miles.
Okay,
So we probably should keep that number.
sounds like it.
Yep.
And retirement town, my opinion is that we can lower this to like 40,000, because if we don't have, this is based on 3 employees,
Mhm.
and if we only have 1.5, or we don't even have 1.5 really, because Russell's not working full-time,
Sure.
so
Right, basically, right now, you have nobody on retirement.
Right.
So also, and from my experience, 37 years, we have never, ever been able to fill deputy positions, ever.
Right.
Not full-time.
No.
And we were very lucky to even get Peter.
Yep.
So I don't think we're gonna look at this kind of money,
No.
you know?
So you're looking at taking the retirement down to what then?
I would say 40, and I think that's way more than enough.
And what is it now?
He's put in for 46, 425. I mean,
Okay.
Then also supplies, I can't remember what supplies, he's asked for $3,000. But that's versus justification.
I don't know
I
if it
think
was-
supplies wasn't anything to do with, the.
Office
vest.
supplies,
It was just office supplies?
ink for the printers, envelopes, pens, batteries, thumb drives, flashcards, DVD, print powder. I don't know, as of 8/31, like I
Computer?
said. No,
No.
computers aren't covered under that. Ink is, but again, I think that we'd be pretty safe in dropping that down to, what did I suggest? 2,500? You know, I think that,
Yeah, because.
from,
Yeah, mine is just.
and I hate to base on past history, but, you know, remember, people keep saying to me, well, if they don't spend it, it goes back to the general fund. That's not been my experience. My experience is that I've watched year and year, the department heads rush out and spend the money because they have it. If they're spending on something that's gonna be good for the future, and that they won't have to purchase next,
Right.
it's one thing, but I think it'd be easy to put it to 2,500. And if it's short, I'll buy in pens.
I'll go to TD Bank.
Here you go. Training, I thought it would be all right to drop it down to 2,000, because again, we don't have anybody
Right.
lined up.
I would disagree with that one.
And why would you disagree?
If we do get someone on, they will need training, and how much does it cost now to go to academy?
We don't pay
the
for academy. We never have.
All we
We
pay
don't
is
pay. Their wage,
the wage.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't
So the
really.
state, the police academy doesn't charge the town?
They pay,
It's a state?
no.
Didn't they use to?
Oh,
No,
No?
Never.
You have to supply the ammunition, you have to supply all the other stuff to go with it, but the actual school itself, no.
Right. But we pay their salary while they attend, but that's in the wage line.
So what training is Mitchell specifically, was he speaking of there? Because I'm, if we do have the opportunity to hire people, training.
Well, the first year they would only go to the academy anyways.
Yeah.
but-
I actually,
They've got
I,
training.
let's okay, so I'm playing make-believe here. What if
Yeah.
we actually get someone who doesn't need to go to the academy to come here?
How could
Well,
that happen?
there's still different training that they have to attend, like the gun training.
Right,
Right.
so
So
if we
that's-
start taking that down,
So
that
mi-
number down,
Mitchell said the state requires 24 hours per year for like continuing
Right.
education,
Right.
whatever. So I think that was mostly the training budget.
so we're gonna,
15, Crawford Hidman Way in Canaan, Cardigan Mountain School, French Dorm, Fire Alarm Excavation Filstead, Canaan Fire, Still Alarm, 105, Crawford Hidman Way in Canaan, Cardigan Mountain
take a moment.
French Dorm, Fire
So,
Alarm Excavation Filstead.
Well,
But I still think with the amount of training, because they do have to do that firearms, but you know, lots of times,
I'm not advocating, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that's what he said.
Yeah.
It's 24
But
hours a year. per
Mitch is
officer.
also, Mitch and Russell used to do the training here in town. So that didn't cost anything, you know, as long as the group, like Canaan used to come down and they would do a joint training for firearms. But, and I agree, Jenny, if there's training they should attend it. But I also don't feel that we can operate the budget on what might be, more of what we kind of know.
The only thing I worry about is down the road, if you start eliminating things like that, that if we are fortunate to get somebody, the following budget, we're gonna be upping it back up again.
And with possibly, you're right, absolutely right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But, and again, if we look at this budget and we look at what's left from last year, you will see that there's normally wiggle room. I don't know any department head that spent their budget right down, other than me.
I know it's only $500, and I'm not, you know, it's not that only, because 500 is 500, and, so obviously
Right,
I'll
well,
go.
we can think about
I'll go.
Well, we're not making decisions
Okay,
tonight.
but I mean,
We're just
next
making
time I can write my
recommendations.
little thing
Yeah,
here.
but we're just making recommendations tonight.
I don't have a fundamental problem. I think if anything, the police department will be in, it is in a state of flux and it will probably continue to be for a few months, right? So yeah, I think that because of that, like a lot of them will be probably less than normal because it won't be fully staffed at first, right? So, from what I hear, Russell said that he wasn't gonna take the full salary and do all the full stuff, right? So
You know, he's gonna work in full time.
so wages will be low this year, yeah, at least the beginning, the first 3 months of this year, so yeah. I think all that's rational, reasonable to me.
And on that premise that we don't have anybody in mind, I also suggested 2,000 on uniforms and safety equipment. Again, and I know that I talked to Mitch myself and he said, you know, if we were to hire somebody that was his size and stuff, that he would be turning it over, everything his, to the next person.
Right.
But again,
Yeah.
it's hard to predict.
That is a hard one to predict, because I mean, he said that on the 13th, that's what he was, you know, he'd pass along his things and stuff like that. You can't, you don't know.
No, you don't know.
So,
Wait,
what,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, so what do you?
I'm suggesting at 2,000.
Okay, so, no.
Then wages, that's so hard to predict,
Yeah.
but we definitely know we're not gonna have 2 full-time and a part-time.
No.
So to me, I mean, I'm in favor of giving the increase to the chief that Russell has asked for the chief position, but I don't think we need 165,000. I think 160 is more than enough, because again, we're not gonna have 2
Right.
full-time and a
No.
part-time no matter what.
So sorry, Russell's already suggested
Mitch suggested,
okay, I heard Russell.
Mitch
Okay.
gave us a
Yes.
figure that he thought was
Good
appropriate for a chief,
85,
for the increase.
that's what I remember you
Yeah.
said.
So again, even at 5,000, probably we could reduce it a lot more than that, but I think
Right.
that's a safe
That's it.
bet from what I've looked at.
So,
What was it again you wanted to bring the wages down to?
160,000. So with my suggestions, it's dropped from 244, 447 to 230, 222. And again, those are only suggestions. I think it's important that everybody think about it and come back to the table on December 4th. And once we meet with Russell, he might give us better.
Right.
Could you repeat those numbers?
Sure. Originally, it was asked 244, 447.
447.
I'm suggesting 230, 222.
And I'll just remind everybody slash tell you guys if you hadn't heard, Jeff Cogswell, one of the residents, came to talk to the select board about he's considering running and would do more of like a part-time police department as opposed to a full-time and a part-time and a part-time, or a full-time and a part-time. So anyway, he's the only person that I know of, unless you guys know of somebody else who's.
He's gotta be recertified though, right?
Sure, he's been a police officer in the past, and he's.
Right, 24 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to like advocate
You're
for him,
just telling
but
us,
he's,
yeah.
you know,
Right.
It's
he's,
important.
yeah, he's talked to he told me that he's already talked to the, what is it, the police training board, and
Right.
talked to them about what he needed to do, and talked to Russell. So anyway, I'm just saying that I think it would be your decreases would be consistent with the only person that I know of who's running. Has anybody heard anybody else who's expressed interest in running?
Not at this
No,
time.
but you know the real scary thing about the whole thing
What?
Still
is
alarmed.
anybody,
Yeah, sure.
including me,
Yes.
can run and win.
Harding Mountain School.
And
I want to go for you.
Retail fire alarm activation zone set.
I'm not being sarcastic, but I bet I could be elected. I bet you I could be. But what that means, I'm not certifiable. So now the taxpayers are gonna pay my salary because I was elected, and now they're gonna have to pay somebody else that is certified.
Yep.
So we are so wrong not to go to an appointed position. I mean, you don't know what you're gonna get. In the past, we've had felons run. You know.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Exactly.
And they did win.
Thank goodness they didn't, but that's only because there were 5 of them that ran that year.
So in this wage then, the chief then would be 85, possibly higher? If we could get someone who's
No.
actually,
No,
it would just be staying at
That-
85?
right.
Oh, because the person would have to live here.
Well,
Right.
That's
If-
we change it.
Yeah,
well, hold on just a second. If you don't have so if Russell's taking part-time till March, is it March 10th
Yeah.
is when people, something
Well-
like that? Yeah, so if he's taking half the pay for that third of a year, it's like the 6th of 85. So like, I think your 5,000 is actually a little bit,
hi.
yeah, well, no, it's a little bit low. I think it could actually be a little bit higher, right? 1/6 of 85 is
But the thing being is, you're looking at that,
$14,000.
right now, you're comparing Russell's time, which is not full-time.
Right.
So you,
What do you mean?
Russell's only serving until March. When it comes at March, nobody knows.
So that's roughly 3 months, call it 2.5, whatever you want, right? And if he's gonna take half the pay for 2.5 months, that's like a 6th, a 7th.
Right, but you
of the
can't
whole-
take and compare that and say, next year, because Russell only took a small portion of it.
But that's what's left
Right.
to give.
What am I missing? If it's $85,000 for 2026 and he's taking a fraction of that, it'll go down.
No, because you don't know what 26 is going to bring.
I
You
got
know,
you.
But if we
I-
only approve 85,000, well, we can't approve anything.
The
The
voters.
selectmen, well, the
Yeah.
selectmen decide how much.
Well,
Personnel.
Russell will be serving
Until March.
until March.
Right.
And he's taking a fraction, I've heard,
Right.
half of,
No, I don't.
His
believe it's
pay.
half.
okay.
How
Then I
could he
can-
take half if he's
Yeah.
only serving
Because he was
3
gonna only
months?
work, he's only gonna take half of his wage for that, for the amount of time he serves, which is until March, whatever.
No,
He's not,
no.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, at the select board, they said
They said what?
part-time, he was only gonna work part-time.
Exactly.
Couldn't be.
But that's not, they did not say.
Of 85,000.
Right.
And he
Okay.
doesn't even have 80. what's approved right now.
Anyway,
is
it's gonna be less.
55.
I think we can agree on that, right? If he's not gonna take the full salary, it'll be less for that 2.5 months, which we can make up some numbers. Anyway, I think 5,000 is safe. It can probably be more than 10,000.
Why is this in the air? How much were you gonna pay him and just make the math?
Yes, but you can't compare that to next year's budget.
No, but you're gonna pay him until March that amount, so you know how much he's gonna get paid. It shouldn't be a theoretical.
I agree.
No, we don't know how much that is.
Because you're only looking from January to March,
Right.
you're not looking
No.
from now.
But how much are you paying for him that time? Didn't you guys already hire him?
Yes, we've hired,
So
Wait
how
a
much are you
minute,
gonna pay
Ed,
him?
It's not public comment time, let's not get into it. He'll have an opportunity to talk, but let's do this. So any other suggestions about the police?
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
Dispatch is now still included in the selectmen's budget?
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
And animal care, is
Yep.
that the same contract that we
Yes.
had from year to year?
yes.
Okay.
And it's really a good deal, because
Yes.
you remember in the past when we had to pay individual
Every single time.
and all those stray dogs that we paid for?
Yes.
Dispatch, Keenan Engine 1.
Okay, just to go back up to
Yeah.
the tasers, how much are you looking to take out of that budget?
Well, he said they're about 2,000 apiece.
That's, okay, so we'd stick
Two
with
at
like,
2,000.
all right, so 4,000, so
Yeah.
2,000, 2K comes out.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
That's what he told us.
okay.
What does that come out, where are the tasers coming out of? Which?
Capital expenditures?
Capital.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me write that down. 2K, okay.
And I think even, so I think there's gonna be plenty of money to, because we still have a lot of money in retirement that I don't believe we're gonna use, you know, so.
Because
I
Russell,
think there's plenty,
because Russell can't take retirement,
Right.
right?
correct,
Right.
he can,
So there's 2.5 months of known money that we can save, right?
exactly. Plus, like Ed said, if they're part-time,
Over.
they don't
No
get,
retirement.
there's no
Retirement.
retirement.
Sure.
So,
So that could probably be taken down quite a bit.
it could be, but I'm just saying, if we do decide to leave it at that, there's plenty of room if he runs short somewhere else. Plenty.
And I think what I'm about to say is true, please tell me if you guys disagree, but when the police chief is elected, if a police chief is elected, like, they can decide to, like, they just have to operate with the bottom line. They can
Correct.
make their
Every-
wages go up or down, tasers 1, tasers 2, however many,
Everybody.
so it's like, we're just doing our best guess, but ultimately, they'll have
Yep,
a lot of flexibility within this, so,
Yep.
And the voters vote for the bottom line.
yes, correct.
You with it?
So we're not screwing anybody, like, there's plenty of money.
Didn't-
no, I just was, the
Well-
capital expenditures was the one I was kind of wondering.
All right, Ed, guess what? Selectmen's budget. This is so tiny, it's hard to read.
Yes, it is.
I think it was on purpose,
I
so
think
we
so,
couldn't
too.
pick it apart.
I'm thinking the same. I am thinking the same. Let me just get my red pen out for this now.
You would then. All right, no personality things here.
Oh, total personality things here.
Okay, so, suggestions? You need Ed to respond to stuff? I had a few questions, and Sarah answered most of them, like
Yes,
under,
and-
did she?
Same thing, actually.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't have a lot of questions about this budget. I wondered who other public safety retirement was for 6,200, and that's Sarah. I asked,
Why is that under
Yeah,
public
what's
safety?
it?
I don't know, but that's who she told me it is. Because it's under executive, I'm sorry. It's under
Oh.
executive, because
Oh.
executive is under public safety, for the MS forms.
Right.
Then I asked,
Oh, I see, okay. I missed that little tiny print there.
Yeah, I asked about the wages, and I wanted to be, I asked if Sarah would get a raise, and she said that's her raise within that, executive budget.
Is she the only executive, employee
Yes,
out of this? Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Then I asked, who the, wait a minute, I didn't line up here very good. Training was for $300, and, she said, oh no, I asked what the wages were under financial administration and tax collector, these wages. She says that's for the treasurer and the deputy treasurer and the town report, that's
Right.
what she told me.
Treasurer.
Deputy
and
treasurer.
deputy And town
Town
report.
report. The money for
Yep.
that's taken out of that. Then I asked why there was I asked if there would be a decrease in the phone and fax internet service because we're going to broadband,
Yeah.
which is gonna be cheaper. But she said that she would rather leave it because, first of all, she wasn't sure because apparently the library is gonna need to have a special,
Yeah.
theirs are gonna cost more. The cost
Yes.
is gonna be more at the library than it is for like me. And it'll be a little bit more for the Highland Garage.
Right, but the libraries is not
It's not
included.
included.
Right, it's in their budget,
I
Right.
think they put that, yeah.
right? Yeah, they did,
Oh,
they put it in their
okay,
budget.
well, I'll have to ask Sarah again then because, because they increased. Well, that was for the phone though, that wasn't for internet.
I think it had something
Internet.
to,
I
yeah.
think that's the internet.
Yeah,
And,
but-
yeah, she says 400 in broadband.
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe I need to
So-
go back and ask Sarah again.
My recollection is we're gonna get town hall, which is gonna.
That's what it was, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Which, you
Thank
know,
you, Mike.
from a selfish standpoint, selfish from a town standpoint, it's really much better to have internet down there if we're
Of
doing all the government
course.
meetings. So
Oh, yeah.
It's much easier.
It's not just that, but everybody relies on the internet
Right.
now, and like if you can't even use your phone down there.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Can
very
if you
good.
sit in the back of the room, but that's it.
Well, a lot of
Actually,
people
if you go by
can't.
the left-hand corner window,
Some of
open it
them.
up like this.
Some won't work in the left
Jake
corner.
can get it in the back of the room.
Jake's
You
got a
get it in the
special
back of
phone.
the
Right, exactly. He's
You
got a
get it.
special area that's reserved.
I asked about general government buildings, who gets wages under there, and she said the maintenance person and housekeeping.
Right.
Who is
So,
that housekeeper?
Sarah and I did talk, and we haven't fully decided yet, but we thought maybe we could decrease that because Sarah and I will clean our own offices, so there won't be a charge for that. But we haven't finished that discussion, she and I talked about it yesterday.
Who's cleaning the bathroom?
You.
We do. Sarah and I,
Town
Um,
hall.
yeah. Well, I'm not doing the town hall, forget it. Forget it. Okay, open up. Anybody else got some information to share or questions to ask Ed? Or, I didn't see anything really outstanding here.
I will say that I'm glad the select board on this one pulled back the health insurance quite a bit. It was $100,000 more expensive when you guys first presented it, so I'm glad that, was that done by Sarah, or did you guys come together and do that at one point?
Sarah prepared it,
Yeah.
and we went back over and then decided that,
Yeah.
When did you agree to that? Because I didn't see that in any of the select board meetings.
it's just that Sarah went through and threw it back at us, and we all
Okay.
just,
Okay. Anyway, I guess the point is, she did a more rational, like, not every town employee that we could ever have.
yeah, would be,
Right.
If we were fully staffed, we
If.
get fully,
If.
yeah, so
If.
it's about half of what it could
Yeah,
be if
I sat with
everybody.
her.
yeah.
Right.
I sat with her too, and I think you
So
did
there-
too.
Yeah.
So we understood it.
So these are my words. There is a little bit of risk there insofar as if we get full staffing and everybody wants all the full-up insurance for the full family, it could go up quite a bit. And
but the risk is really not that.
I'm not saying it's high risk, but it is a risk.
Mhm.
Right.
And it could be $100,000 risk, but, you know, at the end of the day, you guys all, we offer it as a town, so you guys will have to find it somewhere, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's,
I
What I know.
agree. Yeah.
but this seems a lot more rational than,
To tell you the truth, I've been involved with the town government for 37 years, and I was shocked that we now pay 100% for family plans and dental. I've never, ever worked in a facility, even Dartmouth Hitchcock, who has great benefits,